Hey everybody, welcome to our stream here on Tuesday night on lichess and Twitch. International Master William Paschall. We are hosting a viewer tournament as we do every Tuesday night here, 7 p.m. It's actually a 7:15 start, which is what we usually do. I like to start the stream at about at 7 usually, but my lessons were this is the link. My lessons were kind of running a little bit late today. You guys don't see this. There. Now you can see the board. I mean the tournament. You see a black screen. Where is it? The delay is pretty long. Board isn't showing. There it is. There's no board, but the tournament's about to start in 3 minutes. This is the link again, guys. I'll throw it out there. Hopefully someone already beat me to it. What's up, Ananas? So Arsenal fans, Soltigo, good to have you. Thank you for the help. Blindfold mode. We got some regular customers here. Derndatch, Tushar, Soltigo, Bombist, Ananas, Arsenal fan. Too Much Love has been here a couple times. Parmenides and Gian's. Vodka Drunk said, I didn't play this last week. If there was a Tuesday tourney. We had a tournament every week since December. I mean, since I was off for a week in December. We're not missing. I was thinking about doing thematic tournaments, though. Arsenal fan saying about playing the Evans Gambit made me think about that. We should definitely try like an opening thematic tournament one time. We've done the 960. Chess is as much a mystery as women. Purdy was an Australian chess player, if I remember correctly. Was he New Zealand? Australian or New Zealand? I can't remember. Chess writer and chess master. All right, we're ready to get started, guys. Sorry, there's not as much foreplay this time, but I had to start the stream a little bit later than usual. This game against IM is not finishing. It's alright, man. We've got 2 hours to play. The time control is 7+2. It's casual arena style. I had a game or two this afternoon against random people and killing some time. Like really low rated guys though. So not particularly challenging games. But hopefully I won't be too slow. So anyway, thanks everyone for being here. Thanks to you guys who subscribed. I've got a tournament coming up, the Budapest Spring Festival. Well, that's in April. It's not exactly like right upon us. We've got almost 2 months till that. But Nefedov was getting upset. He said, oh my God, you're not going to stream for 8 days. I said, no, 9 days. What are you talking about? 8 days. The quote in the arena is, chess is as much a mystery as women. This is attributed to Purdy. Purdy was an Australian or New Zealand master who was a chess writer. So I just thought some of my people might be interested in knowing. You think it would say like, you know, Joe Purdy, or I think, is it Cecil Purdy? I don't remember his first name, but I think an Australian or New Zealand player would be better equipped to talk about Purdy. Lots of players in the chat. 16 players in the chat. Hey, watched you win against Rapport today. Crushed him. That was cool. That was his tournament where he made his final GM norm, interestingly. That was the only game he lost in said tournament. My beautiful victory against Rapport that I can hang up on the wall someday. Alright, I'm going to lose on time. Tushar Kamde. Tushar Kamde. Who is Tushar Kamde? That's not your name, right? That's just who is that? It's like a celebrity. Knight F3. I'm ignorant, so please help inform me. My wish came true. All right, guys. I need some exercises to wake up a little bit here. So C4 E6. Yeah, this particular move order, I'm not really that thrilled about. But I guess we'll go mainline. I mean, Tushar doesn't know that much opening theory. I really shouldn't avoid theory against a player like him. I should be actually welcoming theory. Against players who know a lot of theory, I try to avoid theory. The opposite is true for those who don't. I feel like Tushard's weakness is probably in the opening theory department. Maybe end games and openings, but middle game he's quite good. And he's fast. 2191 respectable rating. Uptime, we just arrived. The tournament will last 2 hours till 9:15. Guys, I'm streaming from Budapest, Hungary. International Master William Paschall. It's 7+2, so we got plenty of time. Take your time. The increment is kind of tricky, the 2-second increment. In my streams, I'm typically doing like 3-second increments. And with 2 seconds, you have to be careful. It's not as much as you think. But anyway, Jerndash, thanks for the compliment. That was about 2010 when I beat Rapport. I think it was like December 2010 when that game was played. Or it could have been 2011. I don't remember exactly. So bishop h4. And I was just going over this with someone else. All right. I believe that somebody, including Tushar, started to pick up on my move order and play bishop e2, d takes c4. We had that the other day, but normally black plays knight takes d5 here. He's not doing that. He's playing pawn takes d5. In this case, I don't mind exchanging on f6, trying to attack his pawn on d5. Maybe we get a transposition to some variation that I actually know. I'm too tired to think. Against I Am Your Father. Wow, Tushar with the ultra accurate bishop e6. Like you're supposed to go here rather than bishop b7. This is a subtlety that most people like who don't know theory very well wouldn't be aware of. I was hoping I could just sneak it past him, but he did that. This actually came up in one of my games long ago. The other day I was trying to remember, because I had a lesson discussing this opening the other day, oddly enough, and I couldn't place it where bishop e6 got played in one of my games. I guess I was white, not black, although maybe I played 1 or 2 games. I played at least 1 game with black. The guy lost to Alexander Schneider, the Russian grandmaster. Like my only Tarash, or Tartakover, excuse me, my only Tartakover Queen's Gambit ever was against the Russian grandmaster Alexander Schneider. Famous for beating Kasparov in like maybe an Olympiad or something. Wow, Tushar just played like this perfectly. I was saying that his only weakness was the opening, but apparently not. Playing the opening really well here too. Queen a4. Queen a4, pawn takes pawn is a problem. Has Tushar ever played this opening before? I don't remember. Don't recall that. Am I going to accept challenges today, guys? We're playing a tournament. This is a host. I'm hosting our own tournament, so everybody's playing with each other. That's the idea today. But so far, Tushar played virtually perfectly. So much for his like not playing the opening that well. I'm concerned that I might have made a small inaccuracy. But c4, while it's not a bad move, at least releases the tension from the position momentarily. Now what do I do? Proverbial question. I mean, theoretically I had the ability to play like e4 at some point. Okay, my bishop is potentially trappable on b5 now. He's actually hanging a pawn on a7. It seems materialistic, but I think I have to take that for lack of a better plan. Okay, my bishop is trappable, but it's not. My queen is nearly trapped. To be very, very careful here. Knight f5, threatening bishop e7, trapping my queen. Or almost trapping my queen anyway. I guess it's not quite trapped, because I might have some kind of queen c6, but queen c6 doesn't look like a safe square. I'd like to have time to play like a4. He's heading for the king side. Knight g6. Maybe bishop c6. Then my queen is not safe. It's a very, very dangerous situation for me. Bishop c6, bishop e7, queen b5. Because he has these threats of like bishop g4, I want to be able to meet that with bishop takes d5. Defending and attacking at the same time. Bishop e7, queen b5. Rook b8, queen a4. And my queen gets away. One day you will do berserk all game. I guess we're going to have to get a good donation to see that. But I guess I wouldn't be opposed. No drinking. I hate these tournaments because playing the highest rated player in the first round when I'm not warmed up always seems like a pain. But it's also a pain for the other guy, so. I always try to treat all of my opponents with the utmost respect, but not too much respect because that can be bad too. Bishop e7, queen b5, rook a5, queen b4. I think rook there, it doesn't do anything concretely. But it does. You know, I had a funny hallucination that like bishop g4 was pinning something. But it doesn't pin anything, you know? That's the funny thing about that. Obviously, queen b2 loses an exchange to bishop a3. Okay. I might have to play bishop a4 rather than the aforementioned other move. This is getting really awkward. Strangely tactical. Suddenly looks like I have very serious tactical problems here. Alright, we've got to go here. I'll definitely have to lose at least the exchange. Oh man, I had a weird hallucination. Never mind. I thought he had bishop a3, but his queen is on d6. I literally thought the bishop could go to a3. That's why I thought I was losing an exchange. I guess that was a possibility in the old variation when the queen wasn't on d6. But the mind plays strange tricks on us. So we're up a pawn on the queen side. I was thinking he has bishop a3. I was going to sack the exchange with queen c2. Bishop takes a3, rook takes a3. Did I play against Rapport today? No, it was just 8 years ago. Nothing much. Our only game was 8 years ago. All right, now I want to trade on my terms. I think that position, he's well coordinated. I don't know, I just feel somehow queen takes b4 helps him more than me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't seem to have any sort of tactics I need to think about prophylactically stopping, like bishop g4, and then maybe e4. At some point I want to play e4, but I don't know when. I have bishop c6 here. And now I just take the pawn. Yeah, he's losing all his pawns and his structure. It's lost for black now. Okay, I had some nervous moments in that game. Some very nervous moments there. Not warmed up yet. Bombist Koto Amatsukami. That was the best I've ever pronounced that. Parmenides vodka drunk, not Bob. Okay, it's still early, so it's a little early to be calling. You saw that from 8 years ago. It was a good game, though. I was proud of the game at the time. Okay, he played pretty badly. Rapport did against me. But it was pretty. I had a very pretty win. And he was still strong. He was making his GM title in that tournament. Basically, securing his GM title in that tournament. So he wasn't weak. Okay. Guys, welcome to our tournament. It's 7+2 rapid chess. How do I beat you? I don't know, but I had a feeling the opening was pretty good for black. I'm feeling like you played perfectly, at least the first 15 moves. I think you were on to something, though. I mean, I felt like I was almost trapped there. If Will is Mr. Serious, then I must be his arch nemesis. What? Mr. Careless. Mr. Serious was my ICC handle for a very 20-year period, a very long period. Still is. I don't play on ICC anymore, but played a lot of games of that handle. It was kind of a joke. I mean, I meant it because people took internet chess too seriously. It was meant to be a joke. I do take chess seriously, but it was also meant to be sarcastic. There wasn't a lot of deep thought the minute. I just created that handle in 1996 or something. I mean, it was a long time ago. Koto Amatsukami. I had to make sure it's not Chess 960. C4, E6. Did you play the Nimzo? This is the third time we've had this. Oh, I forgot. No, you play A3. That's not the Nimzo. That's something else. What do you call that? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna play G6. My poker handle was why so serious. Oh, that's what Soltigo says. I would get that joke from time to time. Okay, so it's the King's Indian, but he has A3 and I have E6. Equally irrelevant moves, I would say. G3, H3. That's H3. Okay, he wants to play some kind of London system, I guess. When I see the H3, I'm thinking hippopotamus. Bishop F4. Okay, this guy's rating is really around 1900 blitz, and he seems very fast. But sometimes he makes some rash moves and he plays too quickly. Okay, I need to just play and not try to analyze everything here. But it looks like a reasonable way to set up after A3. I've got to admit, makes sense. And what kind of setup here would be appropriate for me? Knight D7 or something like that, probably. Knight C6. This is kind of weird. Kind of weird to play Knight C6, I admit. We can't play E5 very easily. I have to go to this, Knight D7 type of thing. My position looks sort of dubious. The opening looks dubious for black. I think Knight C6 is dubious too. I guess I can do Queen E7. Pretend it's like a Dutch, but I haven't played F5. I don't know, I have this retreat square for my knight. Well, now we can play E5. It's a very deep plan. Normally they would put the bishop on H2, but he's changing tack here with bishop G5. I could take on D4. Well, I'm going to need to play h6 at any point, at some point, any point, some point. Takes knight d5, queen d8. Whatever. I'm going to play h6 and then g5 if I have to. Oh, this loses a pawn. Yeah, h6. h6 is a terrible blunder. Wow. Oh boy, that is bad. I just bluffed my opponent. I mean, he just has knight d5 winning a pawn there. I don't have any compensation. I don't know what I was thinking. Koto Amatsukami is trying to play too much focus on, he's putting too much focus on playing fast. Should stop and think a little bit more. I was actually just losing a pawn to knight d5. It's ridiculous. Mistake. Knight bd7, b6 would have been better, as Kekel said. Definitely, but it wasn't very good either. I mean, they're both not great. I'm still not really in love with Black's position. I think that knight e4 might be a good move. This frees my position a little bit. That knight on d5 is going to crush me all day long on d5. So he could still play knight d5 if he wants to. I'm not that worried about it now. Maybe I should be. I was thirsty, vodka drunk. How about you? I'm a little bit slow. He did play knight d5. I thought that was kind of weird. Because we can get this off of here pretty easily. No, you're out of there. Mr. Knight, you are out of there. But he did save his bishop in the meantime. Black is probably not too bad now. Interesting combative move. Creating imbalance in the pawn structure. But I think it's kind of suspicious for White to voluntarily destroy his pawn structure. Okay, the b7 will always be an issue. And I'm trying to look for a plan here. c5's interesting. Maybe it's a good move. Man, that just liberates his bishop, though. I think it's kind of crazy to play c5. Alright. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Just not lose on time, hopefully. Eventually he had the castle. I mean, I don't think I have a direct attack on his king, realistically. Maybe something. Maybe I should be more optimistic about that. I was actually looking at knight f5. I've just got to play faster. The guy's too fast. I can't be spotting him like 3-minute time odds. But structurally, we're a little bit better. I think this is not what I was worried about. Knight d2. He may have some good ideas with that move, but ooh, this could get complicated. He's so fast, it's ridiculous. and he plays reasonable moves, you know? I mean, for me, it's hard to believe that, like, you could play this fast and be that decent and still only be, like, 1800. I think he'd have to be higher rated than 1800. He's not making any mistakes. I hate it when they don't make mistakes. His play is too fundamentally sound, you know? To be that fast and not be like 2000 or higher. What's your weakness? I can't figure out your weakness. Koto Amatsukami. Queen c2. I just don't have any special ideas here. Just like this tension that just won't go away in this position. It's very irritating. The never-ending tension. Eventually he's got to make some kind of mistake. He's got 3 minutes more than me. And he's holding me to like a totally equal game. I mean, that's pretty solid. Mr. Knight, out of there. You know, there are some problems with this position, but they're hard for me to exploit, like his bad bishop on h2 and bad pawn structure and trappable bishop on h5. My position is visually better, but as far as concretely doing anything, what do I do? Take him to the end game, but not like that. Really, I'm ridiculous sometimes. Jesus, this is probably a horrifying move by me. Oh my god. Alright. Wow, look at this maneuver. Knight f1. What am I doing? Bishop e8 was like horrible. And then he plays knight g3. His first bad move of the game, maybe? You know what? I'm going back. I've had a second thought about this. Why not knight e3? Wow. His maneuvering skill. Check him out, dude. I was almost in serious trouble here. He's avoiding the trade of queens. That's just a pawn, no? so fast, it's ridiculous. Gave me a pawn and he's still in the game. And he's still got pressure. Almost flagging me. I mean, it's like 2 minutes up. Now he's avoiding exchanges. That's a strange decision, just based on some practical considerations, but I think it's a very stupid one. Foolhardy to play knight g3. Just to try to win on time. To like intentionally make a bad move to try to win on time. He should probably take the bishop on g7. I mean, at least he has something, some kind of compensation for his pawn down. It's getting really complicated. Just like Zwischenzug after Zwischenzug, 1769. That was weird. He should have taken on h4. Now he finally blundered. I mean, his speed and general strength is so strong. I could have easily lost this game. He had me like under pressure the whole game. That's amazing. Do I live in Budapest from chess coaching income? Uber driver is challenged me to rated. It was all planned from day one. I wanted to move to Budapest to be a chess coach. We just kind of rolled the dice and end up somewhere random. But right now I am surviving by teaching chess. Yes. But I don't live in Budapest because of that particularly. I don't teach chess like locally to Hungarian peoples. My only chess teaching is online. Okay, Parmenides against me. I just live in Budapest because it's less expensive than Boston, basically. Bishop g5. It's hard not to be less expensive than Boston. It's nice to see the Trompowsky. Man, Koto at Matsukami is tough. At one point, I just like blundered. It looked like he must have been clearly better. For a long time, I couldn't find how to play against the Trompowsky, and I was like following these trends, recommending like knight e4. But I think that knight e4 is actually a bad move. It took me a long time to figure that out. I mean, bad, like relatively bad. Like it's better to play d5 or c5, a constructive move, rather than knight e4. Well, I mean here I guess knight c6 or pawn takes pawn is also okay. Tushar seems angry from my speed play. Tushar, maybe I'm angry. I'm always angry that you're playing so fast. It makes it very, very difficult. You play fast and you don't blunder. Queen there. Bishop e5, it's like a weird... this is like some kind of weird reversed Reversed Rogozin. I don't know if knight e4 is good now. I was criticizing it like against the Trompowsky on move 1. But I thought here I have some added benefits. There are some special reasons why I like it better now. So castles. We got the so-called bishop pair for our advantage here. E5. I mean, this seems thematic, but E5, knight F3, and then what? E5, queen H5 is probably not sound, huh? Is this even a good move for me? Or am I overextending myself? I'm probably overextending myself. This is actually tricky. Maybe white is like good here. Okay, knight F3, E4, knight E5, queen B6. It's interesting in KG. It's KG played by Parmenides, 1800. I keep forgetting he's from Canada. It sounds like Greek or something. It's like a Greek and Italian combination. Parmesan and Archimedes. So E4. It's like I'm white in a weird... Yeah, it's like I'm white. It's a reverse Nimzo Rogozin. I want to say Rossolimo. Queen A5, knight C3, and then knight E4 is a big edge for black. I messed up the move order. I was being tricky, trying to win a piece or something with like the sneaky knight E4. So, luckily here he played kind of passively. I mean, I think that knight E5 is much more aggressive. Okay, this is probably not that bad for white, but it's better to play the other way. This doesn't put as much pressure on my position as knight E5 does. I guess knight E5, queen C7, it's a game. Knight E5, queen C7, C4 look like a very, very complex game to me. And again, there it is, the thematic C4, very strong move. Castles. Because keeping the tension is always right. Yeah, good catch there, Romelda Fox. Romelda always has like some kind of thoughtful analysis for the stream, which I really appreciate. Not just spouting out whatever you can think of, you know, but only spouting out the things that are right. You're always right about the things you say. That means that you're thinking about what you're saying. Knight takes d4, knight takes d5. This is weird. But that should be good for me, ultimately. Now we just play for better structure. I don't think there's any real tactics. Or c takes d5, f5, or something like that. I don't see any tactics. Sometimes I'm very sleepy tactically. You know, I'm thinking too strategically and I miss really obvious tactics often. Guys, Diva Karan is winning the tournament. Ananas and second vodka drunk. I guess I have to start berserking. But I can make excuses again. Knight takes b5. I don't want to end up losing like a pawn or something. Queen h4. It's the Marshall Gambit. It almost looks good. Not quite. f5. f5 might be a good move. I like that pawn on e4. This is a keeper. That is seriously messing with him, that pawn. That's the kind of pawn that white is like, ah, oh, what am I going to do? It's like it gets in the way of everything. Someone please take a look at my last game. 2 mouse slips from Ananas. He's second place. Who is he playing? Anyway, guys, this is just for fun. Don't get too angry like me. Maroy, oh no. Ananas is white or black? Where's my bishop gonna go? This bishop. The missing link. It's the stonewall attack. But now he's threatening knight takes e4. Dirty dog. The dirty dog is threatening knight takes e4. Dirty dog variation. I didn't really plan this far in advance what I was going to do if the shit hits the proverbial fan. But we could have some problems with that knight, believe it or not. Can you believe it? Man, this is a little bit of an issue. What is that? Parmenides, 99% of tactics don't work. Didn't I tell you that? Parmenides with a tactical trick, but he tacticked himself. No, I'm serious about this joke. Well, alright, I have to be careful not to fall for some stupid trick of my own. But queen h4. Queen to h4. Knight takes d6. Queen e5. Strange. Queen h6. Alright, this is going to take a little bit of thought, actually. I'm sure that we're winning here. Even knight f3 check looks interesting. But now I need a moment of thought. Not so simple. Queen e5 doesn't work. So close yet so far away. Queen g6. Queen takes d4. What the heck, dude? I don't know, this is ridiculous. I'm sure this is winning for black somehow, but I don't see it. I don't see exactly the best. Knight f3 check, I ought to just like give him back a piece or something. This is crazy. Knight f3 check, and then what though? This is like the stupidest move ever. Alright, I had some crazy idea with this move. It's like geometry. Geometry. Bishop g4. Bishop g4 f3 is just a joke. So Parmenides is 1800. This is like the craziest position ever. Bishop takes h4 followed by queen h4. And then you need a few more moves after that. That's not decisive, you know? That's the computer line. That's not convincing enough. Queen where? He played what? I just blundered the game. Queen d3 instantly played. I'm like losing now. Okay, I got distracted. Crazy hallucination. I don't understand. What queen h4 and what? Grab on e4. What's difficult about that? Just hallucination. Wow, what a game by Parmenides. He sacked a piece. I had bishop takes h2 check and then queen h4 and I didn't see it. That's interesting. I had some hallucination that he could interpose something. It was just a simple hallucination. It's really weird. And then queen h3, I just dropped the piece. He just calmly played queen d3 when I played bishop h3, totally freaking me out. I can't afford to lose. I'm already in like 20th place in the tournament. Dude. This is so easy for white. Now he's just up a piece. Yeah, I don't know why, I just thought like bishop takes. It was very strange. I thought that bishop takes h2 and then like he could interpose. I've only like lost a couple times against him. He's playing like wand possessed here today. Just down a piece. Lost on time. Yeah, so I missed a simple what? That was ridiculous. Alright, bishop takes h2 check, and then I hallucinated he could meet king takes h2, queen h4 check with knight g3. An illegal move. You know, this is basically what I was thinking. It's very strange. A win is not a win. It's very strange, you know. I'm actually thinking that the dude can make illegal moves. Bishop takes h2, king takes h2, queen h4 check, knight g3. I mean, it's not only illegal, it doesn't, well, it is illegal, it's also illogical because it doesn't stop check. That was my thought process, literally. Like, yeah, I can't do bishop takes h4 because of queen takes h4, king h2, knight g3. It doesn't even block the check. Great, I'm playing Koto Matsumaki again. I really wanted to play Nefedov. Is Nefedov even here? He's not in the top 20. That was bad, man. Sometimes you think too long, and that's the biggest problem. Just thinking too long. I thought forever, and then when you think a long time, you start to think strange things in circles and stuff. Wow, d takes c4. That's a cool move. I'm telling you, this guy is underrated. I should have lost to Parmenides, but this guy, 1769 is not his real rating. And he's 1769 in bullet. How? Like, you play instant moves, and you make it hard for me. You have to be at least 1900 in bullet. He must be berserking all of his bullet games. That was embarrassing, you know, to win like a piece down on time. I never really do that. But I mean, it's a tournament, you know, I would respectfully resign in the stream, you know, during the week, but tactical tricks. It's complicated. Too much focus on speed. Okay, I had to win to stay in the top 10. I'm already like down to number 6. Black is playing too fast again. Queen is hanging. But he's just totally lost. He's down a pawn. I thought his position was actually reasonable till he got fancy with like bishop a6. There's no reason to be fancy here. I mean, you know, to equalize with black against a decent player is an accomplishment. I don't think that you have to go crazy. Bishop a6 was just a normal move, trading knights and then trying to play for c5. Would have been fine for black. Yeah, Divakaran's performance is not surprising, but his rating doesn't gel with his performances here, which I don't really understand, but I'm not even gonna speculate about it anymore. Yesterday I played him in a tournament myself, and he played like a 2200, like literally. He only lost because he missed like a tricky move in the end game or something, but he played a perfect game and then made one tiny mistake and lost, like the typical 2200 probably would do. I don't understand his rating in the least. Like, is he like sandbagging or something? Like, why is he 1900? This is a guy who plays like he's 2200 every single game consistently. And he won the tournament 2 weeks in a row, now a third. How can you explain that, you know? I mean, it's not like the other players are potzers here. c5 is a good combative move. Undermining my knight on e5. Thrashing. It feels like Koto Matsumaki, he's thrashing too much, always thrashing around with different kind of ideas. But he's not trying to play like a straightforward sort of logical game. It seems like he's trying to come up with tricky tricks like all the time. I try to play like where I'm building an advantage from beginning to end. Different players have a different take on chess. They try to play a different style, but for me, the only way to play is to just slowly build on the position. C5 Queen A3 was possible, but I'm also just driving him to Bishop B7 where his bishop probably belongs anyway. I made a concrete decision not to do that. But I agree with you. That's a good idea. The Queen A3, it's like a... I was trying to do that against Sushar in the first game, but he wouldn't let me. It's Capablanca. Capablanca loved to play Queen A3 also in the Caro-Kann, the white side of the Tartakover Queen's Gambit. We'll call it the Capablanca maneuver. But the problem was I'm driving his bishop to a dangerous position on B7 ultimately. I think it might be good for him. Here again, like I'm probably just helping him. Well, this move probably doesn't help him. I'm having strange hallucinations again. This move might even help him, arguably. But I have a plan to take more material. Actually, here he has Bishop B7, as I was talking about earlier. It's different now, though. You know, I'm much more developed than I was a moment ago. Practical player, but I have the feeling that Koto Amatsukami is not a tournament player. He would play differently, you know. If you have a tournament mentality, it's different. Like a blitz player, you know, Queen E6, he's trying to set up basically tricky mates and stuff. Always some sort of cheapo. Here we go again. I can attack his bishop again. Annoying. I mean, H3 will drive his knight away, but weaken my king side. Divakarun should just drop out of the tournament now. You probably have enough points to win it already. But I mean, who did he beat down so bad? Like every single game? Or what? I mean, he's good, but he's not that good. You know? He's not good enough to like wipe the floor with Ananas or World Loser or Zen Chess or Derndatch or any of those guys. You know? So I don't know. It's kind of surprising. Knight G5. And unfortunately... But I can play H3 first. Then there's no mate on H2. We can play H3 first. And then I'm threatening knight to G5, which will trade pieces. And simplify. You know, there's no way that Divakarun is a stronger player. I mean, I don't, all respect, you know, due respect, but he's not stronger than Derndatch and Zen Chess and Ananas and World Loser. You know, maybe equal, but he shouldn't be able to run away with this tournament. All right, now we've got to be a little bit careful. There is a mate threat. So let's stay centralized. What are my thoughts on Nakamura losing to the 7-year-old kid? Okay, I don't know about this story at all. What are you talking about? Is this real or fake news? Is this some kind of promotional thing, or is it like literally true? Where would Nakamura play a 7-year-old kid, first of all? On what? In a real tournament? Or like a simul or something, you know? Roy's is second. He lost to a Russian kid. But what tournament? And what tournament did Hikaru even play in? A week ago. But I don't think the kid is 7, is he? Wow. Okay, I need to be thoughtful here. Very, very driven opponent. My opponent. He's driven. But it's what is it? Espinko or something like that. But first of all, I don't think he's 7. And secondly, I don't know what tournament we're talking about. Esipenko or whatever. I think 7 is an exaggeration, and but I don't know, where did Hikaru lost a rated game against the guy, or was it some promotional thing? You know, I mean, I don't really trust any kind of promotional chess matches, or it's like Kasparov against Deep Blue. You think Kasparov really lost to Deep Blue? Queen e3, queen d5 check. The threats just keep on pouring in. I've never seen anyone try so hard down a clear exchange in 3 pawns as Koto Amatsukami. Esipenko or whatever. The Deep Blue Alumni, give me a break. Like, you think that Kasparov like played like the knight d7 Caro-Kann because he wanted to like do his best? How much money did they pay him? That's all I want to know. Obviously, like, the time was running out for humans, so Gary had to cash in when the time was still ripe. If he waited another year, like, it would have been like meaningless. He was so smart to throw the match to Deep Blue. I have no evidence, obviously, but just logic. Damn, dude, look how fast he is. How are you 1700? I mean, give me a break. And you're not hanging anything moving at that rate. Okay, last time you hung a queen with like a minute left on the clock. He's posing so many practical problems. Kill chess forever. Well, I think that shortly around that time, you know, around the time when Kasparov lost, the computers were clearly dominant. That was like 96. When was that match? Maybe my timing is, I don't know. I have the weird feeling it was 96, but it was probably later. I can't remember now. Okay, dude, leave me alone. Really, with this. I can't move my pieces out. I'm up the exchange and a pawn. I feel like I'm down material against this guy. It's so strange. Why do I feel like I'm down material? I can't even trade anything against him. He never allows any sort of exchanges. It's very weird. I can't seem to get my pieces coordinated. I've never seen anyone try so hard in a really, really bad position. Normally, like, they just give up. Diva Karan has 29. Is he still playing? Maybe someone slowed him down. So Esipenko, no? Isn't that the little kid? Look at this. Now he's got threats on the other side. And there's never any exchanges of pieces allowed. I guess I could have taken on f7 check first. Now I've given him a second lease on life. Oh my God. Look at this guy. I mean, how could you be 1700 in bullet? You would be like 21. Damn, dude. That is crazy. I mean, good technique too. Getting behind the pawn. It took me like a 90 move game to beat this guy who's supposed to be 1700. I mean, it's really scary. He's like ultimately strong practically, you know? I mean, that guy is out of control. Alright, I managed to beat him somehow, like 600 points lower than me. Diva Karan finally lost a couple games. Tushar Kamde took him out, and Ananas. So those guys are strong players. Okay, he beat Derndatch in the first round. And Bombas too, who's decent. None of these are like really weak players. Why is Uber Driver challenging me to rated games now? That's weird. But I mean, 66 moves to take the guy out down the exchange. It's unbelievable. You'd think his life depended on like saving like a lost position in a rapid game in an arena tournament. You're actually hurting us both by making the game like 66 moves. You know, it would be better just if you have a lost position to resign, and then we can both play more games. Dragging it out, lost positions against higher rated players is probably a really bad strategy. Obviously, if you're playing a weaker player, then you should fight because you have a good chance of swindling them. But I think that dragging it out against a higher rated player where you're likely to lose is not a good idea. That's why King Crusher just like resigns all of his bad positions pretty quickly. He's kind of a specialist in arena strategy. If you get a bad position, I mean, you got to just resign. and then go to the next game and try to play more games. So Derndatch was playing Berserk. That's why he lost the first round, or I guess that was first round against the. But don't do that, man. I mean, against that guy, the 2000 Diva Karan, he's playing 2200. I can tell you right now. Maybe he didn't play a rated game on lichess in like 3 years or something, but you don't agree with me about that, about resigning bad positions. Like the whole strategy is to get more points. So why do you want to spend like the maximum amount of time losing the game? Unless you're like blocking me from winning the tournament for your friend or something, I don't see how that's a good strategy. You should always play till the end. This is what I learned. We're talking about arena tournaments. This is a specific format, you know. I don't mean like chess in general. I'm not talking about like you should have a fighting spirit, you know. We're talking about specifically this lichess format of tournament. I believe in playing for, you know, for as hard as you can, but I'm talking about this format. This particular format rewards you for more wins. It doesn't matter how many games you lose. So it doesn't make sense for the guy to like hang on down the exchange for 80 moves to drag the game out like, you know, 10 minutes. It just hurts us, both our chances of getting more points. It's a strange format. I don't really like it. But here we go again with this. Why do I play the same players every game? I've got Parmenides again. He blundered a6. We've encountered this move like 1,000 times in the last year. Yeah, no, I would never recommend resigning, like, if you can fight it out, you know, in a normal situation. But here, yeah, I mean, this particular format, that's how King Crusher wins these arena tournaments. He's not the best player, but he understands, like, the strategy of the format, you know. If you have a pairing against a strong player, the slightest thing goes wrong and he resigns, you know. I mean, that's a smart decision, you know, because these guys are going to beat you. You know, maybe 1 in 10 times, Koto Amatsamaki like draws or beats me, but most of the time it's a bad strategy for the tournament. It's advised to make things complicated and never trade against stronger players. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it depends on your style. You know, it should really depend on your personal style. It's more complicated than a one-way answer. I've heard people argue the opposite, you know, that you should try to create chaos against a stronger player because it will be a better chance something crazy happens. Parmenides just blundered a piece. But okay, and there's also the argument that like strong players have good technique. You know, normally you're not gonna do well in an endgame against them. But I think that should really depend on your particular strengths and weaknesses. You know, whether you should create complications or trade pieces. You know, I think that normally weaker players kind of want to trade pieces against stronger players, simplify the game, get closer to a draw. Abu Fazl against Diva Karan. Abu Fazl's down the exchange, getting taken out. Oh, he's winning on time, and it was double Berserk game. Let's go back to the arena. I'm hanging out in 5th place. Diva Karan is in 1st. Tushar in 3rd. Vodka Drunk. Wow, Vodka Drunk. Also, he's a Lance 5500 club. He's also got a perfect score, but he's taking his time. JWD. Another 2200 player is in there. Now, Vodka Drunk has to play World Loser at the moment. World Loser, he's inconsistent, but he's strong. And he's very fast, you know, so it's not an easy player to play against. Divakaran was running badly there for a little while. I'm just slow. I've only played 5 games, but this is what I'm talking about. Now we have a quick game. Santa Claus is here. So maybe he's berserking against me. Good luck with that. He'll play... Oh, we actually had this variation the other day. But let's not. You know, let's just mess him up and play something else. He was all prepared for the other variation with Queen B6. But when I face people who try to berserk against me, I like to frustrate them. Of course, it would be better if it was a rapid game. I mean, it was a rated game. You know, here he has nothing to lose. It's more effective when they're playing rated games. They have the rating to worry about. And I like playing super solid when people like berserk against me. Knight takes c6 is kind of a weird move. I don't think it's too good. Now f4 doesn't do anything. We're grabbing space. He doesn't have a real attack here. We play for dark square blockade. Yet it's hard to do anything. Well, I mean, what's wrong with knight d7 anyway? f7 is protected. I was reticent to move this knight away from my king side. He's like moving instantly every single move. Wow. This is getting a little bit concerning. He's playing super well here. But where is he putting his queen? Back on d1 or something. Important factor that he doesn't have a good square for the queen. But it's hard for me to do anything here. It's really irritating. Weird. Santa Claus is like a practical player. This doesn't make sense. Rook c7 maybe. And he's playing berserk against me. Playing this really well. I think the black is okay, but I have to be kind of careful. I don't even really have a plan. This is weird. Santa Claus is, he's only 21.99 now. He's 23.61 in Blitz. What am I supposed to do? There doesn't seem to be a plan. No plan. Literally. Playing b5, but how? Alright. We'll just kind of mess with him. Maybe I can play a3. he keeps him tied down to b2, you know, and we stay as active as possible while trying to set up b5 ideas. This is a normal accelerated dragon move, obviously. I guess I'll play like rook c8 next. Well, bishop g4 may just be a blunder. Actually looks like a really bad move. He's just helping me play b5. Yeah, it was a really badly timed move. Now he's starting to trap my queen with bishop d2. I mean, okay. Take, queen a4. Queen a3. Queen a3 will drop a pawn, so I mean, this guy's berserking. Unfortunately, I'm only equal, not better here. Sort of panicking. Still, I can't really save my pawn very easily. Bishop f6. Bishop f6 is stupid. So it's too much pressure. Check again. What do I do? Like knight e3? I'm just dropping my pawn. I'm not really worried about losing. I mean, am I worried about losing? Probably like a draw. This was weird. He plays so fast, but he claims he's not an IM. Seems pretty good to me though. 2361. So now I have knight f2 check. Bishop takes, bishop takes. I guess it's just a draw. Oh, I missed something here. Still a draw. Should be a draw. All right, I mean, that's respect draw. I don't know if it's that easy for me to draw, actually. It's the right color rook pawn. Yuck. All right, that was nice. Not happy about that. I had better there. I thought forever. Again, another situation where I thought forever, and maybe I was slightly better, but I couldn't find the right move. And then I make some kind of really bad decision. I missed rook b8, though. You know, when I went into that whole thing, the idea was that I was just drawing by force. And I let mate on h1. He's an IM in making. Divakaran is back to his old tricks. Notice how Divakaran and Tushar Kamde are in first and second place. There's nothing strange about that. These guys, I said they were the same person earlier this week. The other day on Monday. I claimed they were the same person. They had the same rating. They play a similar style. They log on at the same time. They're from the same country. But they said they're definitely different people. I don't know, man. It seems like they're running away with the tournament. Divakaran with 39 and Tushar Kamde with 25. Vodka Trunk, Ananas, Maroy, me, not even close. Yeah, Vodka Trunk is like me. He's like step by step. Playing quality chess, not trying to berserk, not doing anything crazy. I always get black against Ananas, which is starting to piss me off. We gotta come up with something new against him. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. Yeah, we're gonna play the 2 Knights Tango. I can't do any more Catalans and all that happy stuff. I need something different, you know. We have to try to be practical against Ananas. He has his comfort zone, and he's really good in the comfort zone. Get him out of the comfort zone. Vodka Trunk has overtaken second place. This will be the third week in a row that Divakaran won the tournament, even though he's only rated 1900. It's pretty crazy. There's like tons of 2100s and 2200s and me in the field. Doesn't seem normal. Okay, e6, and now he gets his happy variation anyway. What is the point of this anyway? After g3, I don't know. Why does this even inconvenience him? He's happy now. He got to play g3. It's like a BOGO. I lost to Attila Turzo with like this variation d. I don't know. I did something stupid like d5. It was a slightly different position, though. Did I play d5 here? Maybe I did. I hate that. But this just transposes to a normal BOGO, so I don't know why I was excited about this. We've probably even had this position before against Ananas. It was a stupid idea. Can't wait to see this tournament as a whole. Vodka Drunk is like 1700. Like, what's up with that? That is weird. I mean, he's even worse than them. He's 1700, 1800. Oh, okay. That does look suspicious. He did this once before, I think. Maybe he's getting help. I don't know if he's beaten anyone good, but actually that is weird. He finished second or third in another tournament. If he does it again with that rating, I mean that's not normal. I mean, it's bad enough when it's like Divakaran when he's like 2000, but I mean, you got 1700s winning the tournament. I mean, that's a little weird. If his rating were at all legitimate, that couldn't happen. So anyways, we will see. No, I'm sorry to see that 1700s taken over. But if you think someone is suspicious, report them. It doesn't matter that it's a casual tournament, okay? I report people for cheating, casual or non-casual. It doesn't matter, dude. If people cheat in casual, they should be reported. It's not different because it's like, it's not okay to cheat because it's like not a rated tournament. It's just as bad. Maybe everyone is not respecting him, you know, but it's the second time he, like, finished second in the tournament. I forgot about the first time. But I don't want to make judgment. I'm just basing on, like, you know, superficial factors, like his rating being 1700 and the fact that he won all of his games, you know. Maybe he's just got lucky. I mean, it's possible. It's just a few games. Here we are playing this variation, and we played this once before now, I remember. This is just not really fun. I don't play this line of the Bogo normally. It was a bad idea to play this 2 Knights Tango. It has no effect on people like Ananas. I had to think of something else. Last time you played Rook C1, which I think is a better move than B3, Ananas. You're unimproving in your old age. I think that Rook C1 is combative. I had a game like that against Alexander Goldin, where I played Rook C1. I had very interesting chances. Okay, this is traditional regrouping. Normally black is trading the bishop. It is a good bishop, but leaves him with a bad bishop, and that's the basic idea. Yeah, it's still hard for me to do anything here. Good centralizing move. Queen D3. Divakara now has 41 points. Do you know how hard it was for me to beat them in a rapid tournament earlier this week? Barely by the skin of my teeth, because of a tiny inaccuracy in the ending did they lose. So you took on C6. That's pretty extreme. Extreme bobsledding tricks. But you've got to argue that is kind of a concession. Maybe a positional mistake. Now we got good dark square control. White has a bad bishop. We're aiming for the D4 square, and just general dark square domination. Looks like you're really playing Anand. What's that? Sorry, dude. Abulfazl got there first with a new account. A bullet tournament 2+17. That's a cool idea. Sounds good to me. I have very devious ideas here. No. I don't want to trade queens, and I don't like you. My favorite square in the world. C7. Okay. I'm liking this. I mean, it's gonna be a little ugly, but we're gonna have to do it, I think. For better or for worse, I'm accepting this rickety pawn structure. It won't matter that much, you know, objectively. We've got a clear plan. We can't let his bishop bust out effectively. Big positional edge for black here. Very nasty A4. That's going to break him. It's kind of like the last game. accelerated dragon style. Dark square bind and a4 break. But alas, we'll never catch up to the leaders here. I have like a pathetic 18 points. We don't have much time left, just 23 minutes. A4. A4 is strong. Knight d7 is strong. But maybe I need to play knight d7 first. Actually, both are good. We need our knight on a good square. Rook takes b3. I had a momentary worry about that, but this is why I figured this is okay for me. Rook a3, very active on the a file. Now what, like, should I play rook b4? Seems kind of awkward. Knight d7. Thing is, he can move his queen and eventually play b4, but then what? It's not that easy to finish him off here, it looks like. He might have had b4 there. Good heavens. That would be really that would be really unpleasant if he achieved b4. I think here I can just kind of torture him like indefinitely till the cows come home. I'll bring my king to c5. Connect 3. Do you guys know that game? The next piece of the puzzle is what? Have you guys heard of the second front? That's kind of like what we need to do here. Create a second front. I mean, the threat of creating like two connected passed pawns in the middle is as bad as what's happening on the queen side. This is very aesthetic, but it's not gonna be enough to win the tournament. No one can catch Divakaran. Push the attention from day to b3. Okay, this rook is... I probably exchanged there a little early. But I have d3. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I opened the second front, he's still defending like a machine. It's not that easy to win. Knight a4 is a really funny move. It like loses a rook both ways. D3. This has got to be winning for me somehow. But how can I improve my position more? My king could be improved. I think that I made a mistake releasing the tension too early. I can't let him play rook a2, okay? That's really important. Another game that's going to take forever. I can't believe how hard this is to win. Yeah, he just eventually... It's too much pressure to withstand psychologically. Such a situation. Back to tournament. He's still ahead of me. I only get 2 points for that. What? Because I drew the last game. That really hurt. Derndatch is coming on. Divakarun Parmen. He's playing Parmenides. Divakarun only lost 3 games. He has a couple draws. A draw with Vodka Drunk. That should be interesting. He lost to Santa Claus, Tushar Kamde, and Ananas. So he lost to good players, but he beat everyone else. Well, this should be interesting. We've never actually played Vodka Drunk. I'm glad it's not rated. Knight f3. This is actually really close between the second, third, and fourth, and fifth, and sixth players. So this guy's ratings are 1800 bullet, 1800 blitz, and 1739 rapid. Bishop f5. Okay. Yeah, this is some sort of variation. It's slightly better for white. It's pretty well known. This, yeah, he knows all the book moves. I have played e4 in this position. It's kind of dynamic, but I'm not sure how good it is. Objectively. E4, knight takes e3, e takes f5, knight back to d5. Not sure what this guy is proving. I guess d4. This is just totally equal. He knows every move perfectly. At least I can play bishop e5 maybe. Bishop d7 is like this Capablanca type of thing. Like retreat the bishop back there voluntarily. I mean, maybe here I have some kind of hypothetical advantage. If he plays bishop d7, I think it's like nothing. Wow. What is this? Sacking a pawn? That's pretty deep. And instantaneous responses. It's like a forced draw. It looks like. There's something not right about this guy and his rating. Unfortunately, I should have caught that like earlier. But there's nothing we can do. We can't like ban people from the tournaments, unfortunately. Would be good. But But he hasn't played perfectly, which I was expecting. He had his chance to win his pawn back, and he didn't do it. Like bishop c2. Maybe I'm slightly better now. I thought it was just like a forced draw. I had kind of like just accepted the fact that this is unwinnable. But maybe like there's a way he can find to lose it. I'm not sure though. Like even here, I just got done crushing Vodka playing the dumbest opening. You got crushed him? I thought he like didn't lose a game. I'm not liking my chances a lot here. And I'm sure his motivation against you may not be as much. But he's not a 1700, obviously. He was like second in the other tournament. It's always these like weird players doing weird stuff. I can play f3. That's a good move. Maybe I made a mistake. No, I can't play bishop d7. Anyway, I don't know. It's not so easy. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure I'm winning. This is kind of a subtle move, bishop g3. I mean, he could have played e5. Do I play b4 now? It's just a weird position. I mean, I'm better, but I could easily mess it up and like lose somehow. It's hard to win. Strange. Strange to put the king on g7, g6 voluntarily. b4. b4 might be a very bad move for me. I think this was a mistake. I should have thought about trading a set of rooks first. I have no idea how to make progress here. I mean, black seems like a genius. Putting his king here, like nobody would do that. Nobody in their right mind. Like trying to trap your own bishop on f5, but there's no way to trap it. And most people would panic and play e5, but he just calmly played bishop g3. I mean, I don't have any extra pawn. This is not an extra pawn. Like, I might even be worse here. Now he played e5. It's good now, probably. Why not? Ah, this is weird, man. It's super weird. This player is definitely strange, dude. I'm almost like in Zugzwang. I have to give the pawn back just to breathe. You don't tell me this guy's like legitimate. I mean, Diva Karen withdrew. All right. He withdrew 9 minutes before the tournament. Not really withdraw. I guess he's taking a break, is what he's saying. You're not allowed to withdraw. I had to play b4 because otherwise I'm like losing and I don't have any moves. I'm in like Zugzwang. This is just giving a pawn over. Now I'm lucky if I'm not. Okay, I don't understand. Like he could have taken on d4. Bishop takes d4, rook takes rook. Rook takes rook, rook takes b4. And he didn't do that. He did rook c7 instead. Strange, like, slow motion move. He's guarding c7, I guess. I don't know. This is the weirdest game ever, dude. Honestly. There's something not really normal about this particular account. Even though you might have crushed it, Stoltigo, you can't be 1700 and do that well here. I mean, Divakaran is an exception, but everyone else is like 20. Tushar is also 2000, 2191 in Rapid. His time use is weird too. Okay. What can you do, dude? Yeah, I mean, but if he was a good player, Divakaran, he couldn't be 1700 on lichess. See, that's the problem with that. These are mutually exclusive possibilities. That's the thing. You've got to understand. A 1700 is like a beginning chess player, relatively so. They don't dominate tournaments with 2200s in them. And this guy has like an established rating, 1800, 1700, 1800. He's clearly 1800 in reality. But he's playing tough in this game. He already passed up on a couple opportunities to have probably the better position. We're down to our last 6 minutes. I'm not going to finish in the top 5. He beat you twice when he was 1300 rated. Well, when was he 1300 rated? Like last week? Or when was that, dude? In the other tournament where you like finished first and he finished second? I mean, is that what you're talking about? Because that's weird too. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, that doesn't happen. Then there's something funny going on, you know? If you're like 2000 and he's 1300 and he beat you twice, that's not normal. I played this guy the other day who was cheating, but his skills with doing it were so poor that he actually, when it came down to time pressure, he couldn't enter the moves fast enough. He was just like crushing me, like up 2.5. But he was such a weak player in Blitz that he actually literally, literally couldn't make the moves fast enough. I'm not sure I'm even much better here. Still, even though I'm up a pawn. Maybe I've got bishop d4 now. But it's almost like he's in slow motion. It seems like all of his moves are in slow motion. G4. I guess it's just very strange. He never plays a quick move. Just always steady, you know, the same amount of time for every move. I forgot I wasn't attacking that pawn. Oh, that's a good thing. I can still defend my pawn. Still not that easy to win. This should be winning. I mean, I have 2 strong passed pawns now. Only have 3 just in time. This is a weird game, to say the least. But whatever. Alright. White didn't play that great and black played some mistakes. It was a strange game. Back to tournament. Divakaran wins the tournament clearly. We've still got a battle for second with Durndac and Tushar Kande. Durndac is on fire with the... I'm not going to make it to second because Vodka Drunk and Abulfazl finished ahead of me. He plays like Stockfish after drinking vodka. His time usage is weird and creepy, and he keeps taking the same exact time for every move. I don't know. It's... If you think he's a computer, then report him, but I don't have enough evidence to say he's definitely a computer or not. I mean, it could be. I have to look at the other games. But the result is on paper really suspicious. Like, he would be a red flag if you're like 1700. He lost a couple games here at the end, though. He lost to Divakaran. No, he drew Divakaran. That's impressive. He lost to Soltigo and Abulfazl at the end, though. Something happened to him at the end. Maybe he had too much vodka. We've got another challenge. Alright, well, even berserking isn't going to matter, so I might as well just play a normal game. Alright. So Divakaran and Tushar played each other. They are really different people, apparently. They're having a discussion. They're having a fight on the stream now. That should be interesting to analyze their games. I would not have seen given the c6 pawn. Move 11. Yes. That looks like a computer pawn sacrifice to me, you know. Exactly. You know, that would be a red flag move, in my opinion. But then again, maybe he didn't have a good choice at that point, you know. But I don't know. It's all speculation. We need more evidence. That looked like the kind of game where the human is using a computer, but then they don't want to look like it or something, so they stop playing perfect moves on purpose. I don't know. He's got a really flat time usage, but I don't think he wants me to think he's a computer. Alright, Bishop e2. Anyway, you slept in the last game to give a break to the tournament. It looks like Divakaran will win. Durndac will be second. Tushar Kande will be third. Vodka Drunk third. Fourth, sorry, Ananas, Abulfazl. I make the top 10 with Santa Claus, Moroi, and I Take Back is battling for 10th place. I don't know why I chose this variation. It's Rubinstein actually played every single possible variation against the Tarrasch, and this is one of them. I kind of like Bishop f4 here, but maybe that's a strategic mistake in this position, because this exchange of bishops, like a Tarrasch French, is a good one, I would think, for me. So I should welcome that. But I never actually played this variation, so I don't remember these Rubinstein games, for example, that I'm talking about. But this is pretty much like a standard IQP position now. Isolated queen pawn. I don't know which rook to put on d1. Both rooks are possible. Time is out for the tournament now. We're stuck with this game. I'm kind of tired, but I feel like I owe it to my opponent to play it out. You know, it's a chance to play against a strong player for him. You know, I don't want to like rob him of that. So we'll finish the game normally. Thank you guys for playing. These guys that really put the moves on, they cared less for status than progression of the game. I don't know what you're talking about. I missed it. I watched a video of this guy had a program that played the chess moves for him. You can adjust the time it makes your moves, shut it off and on anytime. I'm sure, man. I don't want to think about it. Come on, dude. I mean, 20 years ago, it was possible to, like, to use Chess Assistant to, like, play for you on ICC. I mean, it's 2018, you know? I mean, not 20 years ago, but, like, over 15 years ago, even like then, these technological possibilities existed. Everybody gets pissed when we start talking about cheating, so I'm not going to go there, like, constantly, but I mean, honestly, you know, this is not a new concept, you know? You can probably find a bot, automate it, and like, you know, it plays the moves for you. You know, similar things exist in, like, online poker. So this position is kind of irritating. It's hard for me to... It's basically a c3 Sicilian with colors reversed. Exactly now. Kind of hard to make progress here. I would like to trade queens to get him off my... out of my face, so to speak. But it's sort of... this is a concession. This is a small concession because my knight will be drawn away from the center. Maybe it's not a big deal, objectively. You missed knight c6 yesterday, said Diva Karan. I know, dude, I know. I told you that. It was our game from yesterday. But I saw it at the time, and I was like, oh no, he has knight c6. But you played, like, the normal move. Nice play, though. I mean, like, you had knight d8. That was very thoughtful. I had the feeling you didn't plan it in advance, but you just kind of found it as you were going along. You played the opening very safely, but it's not the best setup for black, probably. But you still dealt with the situation as best you can. Moroi playing this so solidly. Does he play the c3 Sicilian with white or something? What am I going to do now? Get back to the center. I didn't know you were a c3 Sicilian player, Moroi. Maroi. Well, how else would you say it in French? I don't know. Arsenal fan just beat an FM in 29 moves, but lost in 24 moves with my opponent having played... What? You beat an FM in 29 moves. In this tournament? We had an FM in the tournament. Are you sure? You're talking about another thing. Alright. Anyway, guys, we're just finishing out the last game. Unfortunately, it started, like, right when the tournament was over, which I always hate. You didn't play with me during Datch. I only finished in 7th place. It's pretty pathetic. The c3 Sicilian guy played g5. I hope he's not Sergei Smagin. Sergei Smagin is like an expert grandmaster in this, like, variation of the C. Bishop a3. What? Dude, what is that? That is an absolutely ridiculous move. I guess it's a blunder. He got too fancy. g4. But I was saying earlier, what, 99% of tactics don't work? It took me a while to figure it out. Baxter, Chunji. I had enough for today. That is unfortunate. I'm not sure that g5 was a good move here. There are many situations where it does make sense in the c3 Sicilian type of positions, but with this particular position, it didn't seem to help him that much. Maybe he could have played g4. That looks crazy, though. No, it was unfortunate. Anyway, the tournament is done. Mori blundered. It doesn't count anyway. Divakaran wins first, Derndatch is second, Tushar Kamde third. So congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Shins. Now what's next? He's not giving up. I want the file, or I get to trade rooks. Still, I can play this out, but I'm up a whole piece. It's a little too much material. Wow, rook d2. Yeah, but that's hopeless. Your only hope was getting the c file here. You know, without that, there's nothing to play for. I actually just missed trapping the exchange. I'm not sure he can do anything about it, though. So, another rook digested into the shark's belly. The belly of the shark. Actually, this is a problem. I missed what? Bishop c3 before, yeah. I know about it. I played h3 unnecessarily. I was up a mere piece. Failed to find the most accurate continuation. I get lazy when I'm up a piece. It gets so annoying when your opponent beats you consistently and is always being too nice about it. What happened, Moroi? Then what do you want me to do? They're arguing with each other. The people that I said are the same person are having an argument. Alright. Back to the tournament. Divakaran first, Derndatch second, and Tushar Kamde is third. But if you look at performance ratings, I mean, Divakaran consistently performs way above their lichess rating. So I don't know how you got your rating, but it doesn't seem right. Derndatch, you know, he's a little below his performance, and Tushar Kamde actually performed correctly for his rating. So that's that. My performance in 7th place, Divakaran, Derndatch, Tushar, Vodka Drunk, suddenly started losing games at the end there. Ananas, let's see, Ananas, what was your performance like? Oh, it's going to do that. I have to refresh the page. Don't make me do that. Ananas had a solid performance, 2263. Then we had 2353, but too slow and no berserks. Anyway, guys, I want my games to be instructive, you know, and so I'm basically treating them like there is like a instruction stream, not rather than like really a tournament. Sorry guys, I've got to go, so we're going to be back tomorrow morning with Weird Wednesday unusual openings here on lichess and Twitch. International Master William Paschall signing off. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks Soltigo for being a moderator, and thank you for your support here as subscribers on Twitch. I really need your support to help make this possible. Also, check out the YouTube channel. All the videos will be uploaded to YouTube. Hopefully some other stuff along the way. Move 11, Parmenides. Sorry for flagging you in a lost position, but what can I do? I had to stay in the hunt for 7th place. It was very critical. Anyway, that's about it, guys. If you can support the stream with PayPal donations, I appreciate it. And that's it. We're going to be back with Blitz and Rapid Chess tomorrow morning. Weird openings. Okay? So that's it. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.